Sometimes everyone hates the showgirl. And that's when you need to showgirl the hardest.
It's one thing to fall on stage, that's bad enough. Falling in front of the target corporation, I mean, it's like when Fifth Harmony performed at Sam's Club. In the
Not
world.
all positive. That's what you'll learn from today's episode. Sometimes you chip your tooth, sometimes you flop astronomically, sometimes you sing bad, but sometimes you boots the house down. Welcome back to Evolution of a Showgirl. I'm Zach.
And I am Madeline.
And today we are doing some essential boots on the ground reporting. We are coming at you with a dispatch of times when Taylor Swift was showgirling before we even knew that life of a showgirl existed.
Thinking about it, and we've been talking about this, I feel like both of us kind of ad nauseum. Taylor's been a showgirl since day one, and I've been saying it. I didn't know it. I never used the word showgirl before when talking about Taylor. But, as soon as she said life of a showgirl, I said exactly. And that's what it's been since day one. And that's what it's always been. Thank you.
To me, what I think when I'm thinking about like what is a showgirl and what does that mean to Taylor Swift versus like what we know her as, the showgirl is the grafter. Like the pop star is the master. She's like thinking and like planning. The showgirl is the girl that has to get up and execute these deranged plans that the pop star makes for her. It's like there's almost two. There's a ratatouille inside the chef hat of the showgirl telling her what to do. But the showgirl requires extreme resilience and fortitude to get up and do things. She's a bad.
She's like Linguini. That's what you're saying. She is, what is his name? Alfredo Linguini in Ratatouille.
No clue. Never seen the movie. Never seen the movie.
You've never seen Ratatouille?
No, you have to stop getting shocked by things I haven't seen. Okay, I don't watch movies.
He hasn't seen Ratatouille. Did you guys hear that?
But
he hasn't
I know
seen
the
Ratatouille.
Plot. I know the plot. I know it well enough to do this. But I think
she's that girl.
Ratatouille? Ratatouille is that girl, apparently.
Yes, Ratatouille is that girl.
She's that girl. I believe you. Divas, before we get any further into today's episode of Evolution of a Snake, I need to tell you that the curtain is about to rise on the life of a showgirl. That's right, we're entering release week. And if you want to see what happens off stage, the feathers, the sweat, the glitter, the meltdowns, that's all living behind the Evolution of a Snake paywall. I'm talking uncut Taylor Swift reactions, the entire unedited reaction for both me and Madeline to Life of a Showgirl, messy deep dives into Taylor's career, weekly new music Fridays, exclusive Lizard review content, and Switchologist content, you name it, we got it. The raw flesh and blood stuff that you will never get from us for free. And because it's release week, you can grab your backstage pass for access to the Evolution of Snake Patreon, patreon.com/Switchologist, for 20% off with the code SHOWGIRL at checkout. So grab it now before the lights go down and the curtain rises. I think, can I start? I'm feeling like I want to start. I want to share my first showgirl moment. And this isn't really one moment. It's a collection of moments and times that the same thing happened. So I think that part of being a showgirl is being physically resilient to the cruel realities of the glamour puss lifestyle. Therefore, I have a number of onstage incidents that Taylor Swift should feel proud of for powering through against all the odds. Moments when lesser artists would have broken down, but the showgirl tuned in and said, I have to keep going. Number one, falling flat on her ass in front of the Target Corporation. Who remembers that?
No.
Who remembered this? Is a deep cut. It's hard to find video footage of this, but she was doing the high note in I Knew You Were Trouble, and she fell on her.
Now, it's one thing to fall on stage. That's bad enough. Falling in front of the Target Corporation, I mean, it's like when Fifth Harmony performed at Sam's Club. You're all
everybody clap. Everybody clap.
Of like...
You're low.
You're low, and then you're doing the high note and I Knew You Were Trouble, which takes a lot of effort, and then you fall directly on your fanny. Like, I'm not being hyperbolic.
And she kind of scrambles as well. She kind of like, and then falls. And do you remember it? It's so hard to find a video of it, but it's one of the funniest videos ever because she doesn't fall on stage, really, not very much at all.
No,
this is like
never.
And this was bad. She ate dust. So that was the first time.
I shouldn't laugh, but it's really one of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my life. Yes, I've seen it. I can see
funny.
It behind my eyes right now. Tyler, I know you can find it.
If anyone can find it, Tyler can find it. A couple of other moments when she chipped her tooth on the Red tour. If you watch the video of like how hard she smacked herself in the mouth with that microphone, again, I knew you were trouble. At the scene of the crime, she's throwing herself around. Girl, just relax a minute. Just relax a minute. It's not that serious.
She showgirled too close to the sun.
But a showgirl chips her tooth and keeps on going. And you can see her in the moment being like, ow. And she just keeps going. When she ripped her heel off at the beginning of one of the EOAS shows in Brazil, I think it was, and she just threw it into the crowd and limped on. She's limped on.
Showgirl.
She kept going.
Showgirl.
Performing with a gash in her hand that bled profusely throughout the entire Showgirl evening of EOAS tour, period. And then I also have a couple of moments that were scary. So Bad Blood 1989 tour, 2 fans leap and try and get on the stage. She gets so scared, and she looks at them with a great contempt, and she struts away. Perfect song for that to happen during.
Yeah, Bad Blood.
She's mad
looks
anyway.
at them with contempt and then struts away. What else
She
are you
literally
do?
Struts back to the main stage. She's a showgirl. And perhaps the most showgirl of all was when she was on stage in London at the Red tour. She was literally in what I would say is her most showgirl outfit ever. She's in the circus ringmaster. She's with confetti. Everywhere is happy. She's walking up the stairs saying bye-bye after We Are Never. A boy mounts the stage and chases up after her, taps her politely on the shoulder, actually. He doesn't yank her. That interaction could have gone wrong in so many more ways, but he taps her on the shoulder. She turns around and she accepts a letter from him and then extends her hand to shake his hand. And as he shakes her hand, he is tackled, body slammed, and
he goes down to the ground
from the premises. The Red tour stage was demented because so many people got on it. The pit access to the stage, we never had that again because there were too many people on stage. But I thought she handled that so well, because imagine how scary that is.
Yeah, there's a strange man who's climbed up on the stage and is now directly in your face. Something. And she said,
yeah, she said, I'll shake your hand, sir. Thanks for the letter.
Sir, thank you, sir.
I bet she ripped that shit up.
Much. Oh, yeah. She was like, I will never read that a day in my life. Thank you so much.
None of my business.
Exactly. Now, those were good moments. That was showgirlism at its finest. That was showgirlism at its finest. My first one, this is a classic. A lot of people are going to be taken back in the time machine. I'd like to take you back to the Fearless tour. Specifically, I'd like to take you back to the Forever and Always Fearless tour performance in the red dress with the red microphone. She gets down on her knees. The specific picture, she's going like this. And it's so intense. Her hand over her heart as she begs and pleads, back up, baby, back up. And she's screaming into the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, this experience live was as if I was getting murdered.
I hate you.
I can't even explain it to you.
It was insane. Top 10 most jealous things.
Well, you know what? I still have jealousy in my heart, because remember, she would put her hand down and fans would grab it, and they would hold her hand.
That would have fixed something really deep inside of me.
I would have given anything to have been one of those girls. Instead, I was in the lower bowl.
And she held their hands. She was like squeezing their hands onto dear life, as though Joe Jonas had literally just gotten on stage and broken up with her. She
needed help.
The acting, she doesn't act like that anymore.
No,
she doesn't act like that anymore. It was real.
No. And you know what? I'm saying it. Her 2 best acting performances. Number 1, Teardrops on My Guitar music video. Number 2, pretty much every time she did Forever and Always live. But this is also the performance where she's throwing the chairs. She had, what was the name?
Well, she incorporated a fake interview. Robin?
Yeah, what was the name?
Robin?
It was Robin. Yes, it was Robin.
Yeah, Robin.
So it was Good Morning America, Robin from Good Morning America, and she graciously said, yeah, I'll do a fake interview with you for the Fearless tour. And then they had an actress on stage pretend to be Robin as Taylor's throwing the chairs. I mean, cinema.
It's cinema. It's also commercializing your heartbreak in like the smartest possible way. That's true. That's Elizabeth Taylor. That's showgirl behaviors.
And honestly, the Forever and Always Fearless tour dress, the red dress, I wanted this so bad. Even though, like, even back then, this would have been the most unflattering potato sack on me. I did not have the body then to wear this. Get up. This is for 5'11" skinny blonde girls. It was not for me. I'll tell you that for free. But I wanted it nonetheless. I was like, I could rock that. I
you could have
rocked that. And I could have. Come on.
The things that Taylor made us get. I bought a baby Taylor guitar with, the Taylor Swift guitar that had like her name on it. And you know what? That was worth every penny, I have to say. But she could get me to buy just about anything.
Yeah. 100%. So this is definitely, this was the first one that popped into my head. I was like, oh, that was showgirlism. One of her earliest displays of showgirlism. It was everything. I love the Fearless Tour. Honestly, underrated.
I feel like the apex of her being a showgirl is something that I didn't pick because I thought it would be too obvious and maybe you would put it down. But like the VMAs with Kanye, right?
I didn't put that down.
Oh, really? Well, that to me, that is like the epitome of being a showgirl. Like she's up there in the dress, the showgirl dress. That's a real showgirl coded dress. She's getting interrupted on live television. I can do it with a broken heart. She has no idea what to do next. She gets out in her red dress. Beyonce gives her moment. The fact that she had to get on top of a cab in front of Radio City Music Hall, not 15 minutes later, that is showgirling of the highest order. It is. And it was a great performance too.
It was actually pretty good. I remember my brother said it wasn't good and I like went crazy. This was back in the day. This was like when it happened.
This was when you weren't allowed to say Taylor was good at anything. But that is her showgirl moment. It really is.
Yeah, she boots the house down.
I can do it with a broken heart, for real. And it spawned so much lore and myth making in the rest of her career. That was the first example of her taking something really bad, I guess, that happened to her in public and making it a spectacle of her own making. So congratulations, Taylor.
Congratulations to the showgirl.
My next one is actually Super Saturday Night and the F1 concert in Austin, Texas, after being canceled. Sometimes everyone hates the showgirl. And that's when you need to showgirl the hardest. I always forget this, but in the middle of her getting canceled, Taylor was right at the start of her AT&T Taylor Now partnership, which when you get a deal like that, you have a certain number of deliverables. Like you have things that you have to execute. So she had that Taylor Now like retrospective series, which is hilarious to me because it's so funny in those videos where she's supposed to be reminiscing on her career, going to the Love Story music video shoot. And she literally is like, well, anyway, there's like zero emotion behind any of it because she's like, all I want to do is disappear and not be in front of a camera doing AT&T SpawnCon right now, but she had no choice. And on top of that, she also had to do 2 pretty big concerts. I don't know if the F1 was necessarily AT&T related, but it was obviously a commitment she'd made before she decided to take her year off. But she performed 2 of the sets of all time. It's always interesting to see what she does for concerts off album cycle. And she got to do a couple of cool things with the set list. First of all, she got to introduce the worst mashup of all time. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together in Bad Blood. It's really hard to find full videos of it because it sucked.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. But
yeah,
I think it was also a one-time only performance. Abominable in Austin, Texas. We also get some of the performances that she has ever done, Holy Ground and Style at the Austin, Texas F1 specifically. I don't know. She just hadn't been on stage in a while. And it's always fun when she picks a song that like she hasn't done forever. And Holy Ground really is one of those songs that deserved like a televised upbeat performance moment. And that's when I knew she loves Holy Ground. She loves Holy Ground because she was fully in it. The way that she growls, the story's got dust on every page.
That's something that sticks in my memory. And the story's got dust on every
period. She screams. She screams. And she sings along to the hooray for the first time ever. She like sings along to it. And it is, I watch that performance constantly. And then also the performance of Style is so good. I love that ad-lib at the end that she started adding around this time, which is, I got that thing that you like. It's not on the record, but it is so
it sounds good every time.
And this is one of the rare times where Just Take Me Home is great. It doesn't sound like, compare it to Wango Tango and get back to me and let me know.
Don't compare it to Wango Tango. Come on.
She did more showgirl behaviors at the Dallas, which Super Saturday Night, by the way, she said, you guys ready to play some football? We weren't then, but we are now. We're
ready now. We're ready now.
But we are now. And at the football show, she's saying, I Don't Want to Live Forever live for the first time. And also Better Man live for the first time. And then she trolled Calvin Harris by performing a terrible version of This Is What You Came For. That piano version, nobody asked. She just did it to PMO.
Out of spite.
And I'm happy about her.
To PHO, to piss him off. And you know what? I feel like I remember at the time that's exactly what we assumed too, because why the hell else would she do that?
No one was asking. It's not like it's an amazing song.
Now let me ask you, she performed it at the Eras tour, no? She did like a mashup with This Is What You Came For. Did she?
Did she? Maybe she did. I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. She loves to rub salt in the wound. Salt in the wound like you're laughing right at me.
I thought it was going to be on 1989 TV. It should have been on 1989 TV. Many people are saying this.
She also has a very performance of Red title track without the guitar. And she looks kind of lost because she's never performed without a guitar before. So she's kind of like wandering around the stage doing Red. And I love that about her. So that's another Showgirl moment to me.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. That was a deep cut. That was from truly the annals of history. My next one, this is for the girls. This is for the color orange. This is for history. This is for reputation. I chose the birdcage moment in the Look What You Made Me Do music video. Honestly, we could just do the Look What You Made Me Do music video. We could do all of it. Everything about that was Showgirl. Taylor Mountain. I mean, how many showgirls in today's day and age can have a Taylor Mountain of their own? Not many. Not many. It's only the most elite who can have their own mountains. Beyonce could have her own mountain of all her different versions of herself. Britney Spears could have her own mountain. Gaga could certainly have her own mountain. But it's not something that every girl is capable of. Sabrina is still building her mountain. I mean, Olivia's still building her mountain. I mean, it takes years and dedication to build your mountain. But I specifically chose kind of for the Showgirl tease, also because this is my favorite underrated moment in a Taylor music video. There's so much going on in Look What You Made Me Do. So many great moments, so many great Easter eggs, so many great pieces of imagery and things to mine. I feel like a lot of people sort of like gloss over the birdcage moment. It's such an obvious metaphor. Like, yes, she's in a golden cage also, so it goes Easter egging. We get it. Like, it's not that deep, but this is one of her best music video looks of all time. I'm saying it. And you're going to tell me this isn't Showgirl. She's swinging around on a giant swing in a giant gold cage in thigh-high lace-up orange boots, with her hair done to the gods. The only thing I don't like about this look, she's wearing fingerless gold gloves.
I'm okay with it. Forgiven.
Forgiven! Well, when the face card is $1 million, when it's a black
I love when
card,
she's got the lobster, when she picks up the lobster.
Yes! I love everything about it. She's drinking champagne. I love the way that the swing is covered in sort of like taffeta, like red taffeta. It's just, I mean, it's ribbons, it's everything. The outfit is perfect. I'm obsessed with it. Again, we could talk about the Look What You Made Me Do music video all freaking day, but I'm obsessed with this. I don't think this is an intentional reference, but like this scene really reminded me of a scene in Rumors, the Lindsay Lohan music video. She's also in a birdcage similar like this. And it's also a similar conceit of like being hounded by the paparazzi in the public. So I'm happy if that's a reference, honestly. Well, what about Miley Cyrus Can't Be Tamed, lest we forget? Where she's literally a giant bird.
She's literally a giant bird.
Listen, it's been done before.
Miley Mountain is possible. Miley Mountain is possible.
Miley Mountain is entirely possible. See, it's about putting in the work. You have like a great historic legendary career. Dolly Parton could have a mountain.
Oh, she got several
need
mountains.
Need we go on? So yes, birdcage moment in Look What You Made Me Do. Showgirlism 101. And this is actually probably, there's a lot of pictures that I could be using as an icon to represent Showgirl, like Showgirl pictures, but I choose this.
And she's been waiting for her moment.
Yeah.
Many people will say that this is the secret album Karma. We reject that theory on evolution of snake.
Rejected.
It's not a theory, it's demented. It's not a theory. A theory is based in reality. There's no reality to be based in. Karma spray painted on the wall is not a reality. Just FYI. In case you're wondering. Just to let you know.
Just to let you know.
My next moment I like to call Showgirl Under Duress. And I have to throw it back again to the scene of many Showgirl moments for Taylor Swift. The 2015 VMAs. The whole Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift VMA saga. She knew that after causing all that nonsense on Twitter and frankly, coming unprofessionally and disrespectfully at another Showgirl, she had to make it right by doing a surprise appearance on stage in a veritable Showgirl outfit with Nicki, who was wearing an insane Vegas headdress, and sing to Nicki while Nicki menaced her the entire time.
The
That's right.
night is still young.
Taylor looked scared for her life, and she should have been, because she was deserving of a good smack that evening.
She was. No, the fact that she made it out of that one alive, I, to this day, am amazed. And Nicki Minaj, by the way, has totally forgiven and forgotten. She was on
Thank God.
Instagram stories promoting Life of a Showgirl and Sagittarius, because they're Sagittarius sisters, etc., etc. She said, I love it.
She should be. But that whole VMA actually was showgirl behavior. She was so committed to the girl squad that she picked the ugliest possible outfit to girl boss and hard launched them on the red carpet in. That outfit, sometimes the showgirl, and it is showgirl because it's so over the top. Everything about it is too much.
The slicked back hair,
the eye makeup.
The eye makeup. She looked crazy.
She looked the fool. But sometimes, 1 second you're the coons and suddenly the coons is you. This is the life of a showgirl. Hello. It's not always beautiful and gorgeous. Sometimes you act the fool.
Right.
And she also graciously awarded Kanye West with an accolade he didn't deserve. Clutching Kim's hand in the audience. Images preceding disaster. A showgirl was born, indeed.
A showgirl was born, indeed. Yes, 2015 VMAs. That was for the ages. That was for the ages. The cuffs on the bottom of the pants.
It's almost unbelievable. It's hard to imagine just how terrible things would soon become.
It's honestly hard to imagine. That is a great showgirl moment. We have Nicki Minaj doing The Night is Still Young. It's funny how she turned that into a moment at her concerts where she humiliates her fans. So that was your intention with Taylor. You admit it. Okay, got it.
You admit it. You wanted to humiliate her. And she deserved it. She deserved it.
That's all there is to it.
Taylor said, Nicki, you're invited up onto any stage I'm ever on. And Nicki said, Uno reverse.
I'm on stages. You'll come on.
I don't need your
stage.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly. So my number 3, this is another one from the archives. I actually already kind of mentioned this one because I can't help it. Anybody who knows anything about me knows that this is one of my all-time favorite Taylor moments. This is when I first got into Taylor. This is everything to me. I'm talking about Teardrops on My Guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to the original iteration of the showgirl. This is because she wasn't showgirling in Tim McGraw. No. That was Little Miss Country.
That was
She put on the gown for Teardrops on My Guitar. She put on the gown. The curling iron was turned on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the gems were put on. The guitar was cried upon. Do you understand what I'm saying? The ridiculous bed, the flowing curtains.
The billowing curtains.
And when she's in front of the fireplace, looking all like verklempt, like, oh, whew, this is acting. She needs to go back and watch this video to take notes from herself. I'm even talking about the cutaway scenes when she's talking to Tyler Hilton. Acting. That's what that was. Well, I was thinking about it. Why? I could probably do the whole video from start to finish. She acted in this video. And this dress, honestly, if I thought I could get away with it, or if I thought it wouldn't be absolutely miserable, you would have seen me at the Eras Tour in this getup. But unfortunately, I would have to commit to it all the way, and the full commitment to the gown at the Eras Tour, no. You can't be doing that.
No, because you need a train. It's nothing without a train.
You need to have a train.
It's nothing without billowing fabric. And if you don't have it, it doesn't work. No, that honestly is a nightmare to wear anywhere other than in a music video. And Taylor did that. She wore it on the red carpet. She had to do it twice. I had to do it on him.
No, we'll never forget, because she knew when a gown has to be worn twice. She hasn't known this since, but she knew. She knew. The budget was smaller back then, so she repurposed the gown.
The closest showgirl moment of music video similar to Teardrops was actually the Wonderstruck commercial. That was kind of giving Teardrops on My Guitar ridiculosity tease. And it is a damn shame that we never got a full music video for that, because it would have been really iconic. But yeah, Teardrops on My Guitar, again, this is the first time that she was really mythologizing her own heartbreak. She was taking creative liberties. She was inventing people and inventing conversations. And when it comes to like lore building, which I think a showgirl must do, the Teardrops on My Guitar, like understanding how to visually translate that from a song, genius. When did that stop being a thing she could do well?
I'm asking you. I'm saying, what happened to the girl that I used to know who would make beautiful music videos that transcend time and space? This video is nearly 20 years old, and we're still talking about it today.
That actually really silenced me. Nearly 20 years old.
It'll be 20 and what? 2026?
Next year. That's not funny. That's actually not funny.
And we're still talking about it today because that's showgirlism. You wanted a moment, and she had a moment. Even the pictures, the still images for the video are absolutely gorgina. Showgirl, never been done before, hasn't been done since.
Everything about it was actually all those music videos for debut were like each and every one of them was absolutely
They were
iconic. The Our Song music
amazing.
video, that's a showgirl moment too.
Oh, I remember. I will never forget as long as I live when I saw her with the straight hair for the first time. I thought I was going to drop dead.
With the pink phone.
I was like, this is so
girl. She knew she couldn't straighten her hair for another few years after that because it was simply too powerful of an image.
It was way too powerful, and she knew that. And the polka dot nails that she definitely
it also burst
herself.
the bubble. It burst the bubble of I'm cool, ugly girl. Yeah, sure, Jan, whatever.
That's was Barbie. Too beautiful in that video. It PMO.
And all the flowers. It was everything.
That was diva.
Was everything. Okay, my next showgirl moment is turning her New York City stoop into a fashion show. A true showgirl is always performing. And at the beginning of what some might argue to be her ultimate showgirl memento, as of this current moment in time, we don't have Life of a Showgirl yet, she made sure that her front door was the nexus of conversation about Taylor Swift's brand new interest, which was fashion. A great promotional tool for her brand new era. Also an incredible way to soft launch her transition into being the HBIC girl boss. At first, it was just the hair. Then came the crop tops. And then came the nonsense behaviors. And she wet the whistle. She was everywhere in that summer leading up to 1989. And if you look at the sequence of outfits that she was wearing, they progressively get a little bit more adult.
They do.
And
she was soft launching.
That was a genius moment. It's, the world's the stage. It's not just the stage with the lights and the microphone.
This is kind of the thing about Taylor Swift, and maybe the thing about like a lot of pop stars in general. The world is a stage, ladies and gentlemen. Life is a show, and we all play our parts. Some people have bigger parts than others. I think we can all agree on that being the case. And somebody who had the biggest part, and still has one of the biggest parts, is named Taylor Allison Swift. She is on everybody's stage. You can try to turn the channel, but guess what? You're just going to find another iteration of. I'm saying it.
And now that stoop is a stage for her forever. Like she will always be able to use that as a place where she can soft launch or hint or Easter egg. She's done it multiple times. I mean, one of the first things she ever did with her pat pictures outside her house was wear a No It's Becky shirt. These are showgirl mementos. And that wasn't taken to make the front page of Us Weekly. That was taken to hit the dashboard on tumblr.com. You see how the showgirl understands how images and messages are disseminated. You wouldn't get it.
She understands that. And yet, in today's day and age, where's the music video?
Let's
open the case.
It's actually a damn shame. I can't think about it too much. And I'm already not getting my hopes up because I know that what do I have to expect? I have to expect nonsense. I do.
And the thing is, the visuals for a theme like Showgirl already, the pictures might not all be everyone's favorites, but you have to admit they're reaching into something very specific and it has a really clear focus. So it's okay, so the photo shoot feels pretty well nailed. So are we going to be able to translate that effectively into a music video? I don't want to get my hopes up, but I'm hoping. I do have hope.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So my expectations are low. And if I'm gagged, that means I'll be gagged really easily. If it's even just something that's, as long as it's not an Easter egg extravaganza, I'm interested.
All she has to do is put on the outfit and surf face, and I smile. So
you know what? Maybe Joseph Kahn will have returned. If Joseph Kahn has returned, we're back. We're back. But I have a feeling that it's directed by Taylor Swift, unfortunately.
We've been saying, this is kind of a reputation moment. We don't want to kind of shoot the bird before, the gun. I was kind of make up a simile and it's just not happening. We don't want to jump the gun.
If we're returning to Max Martin, to recapture former glory. I don't see why we can't return to Joseph Kahn.
Well, let's return to a time when people were saying, this is the greatest music video I've ever seen. Do you not want that? Because everybody else wants it. I do think that, like, directly leading into when she's probably going to start talking movie, it would be interesting to not direct her own music videos. It would surprise me. But I like to be surprised. And that would be a wonderful gift.
I like to be surprised. It would be an amazing gift. However, do I think we're likely to receive that gift?
No.
Well, no.
No. It's not fair and it's not right. But that's our lot in life.
But we cook and we enjoy the music. That's what we're here for.
Exactly. So, yeah, a great Showgirl moment, if we're speaking in the future, would be music video directed by somebody who's not named Taylor Swift. But
that would be one of the greatest Showgirl moments of all time.
Yeah. But will it happen? We're not sure yet. Now, speaking of things that weren't directed by Taylor Swift, but kind of were at the same time directed by Taylor Swift, I would like to take you, once again, I'm kind of taking you back into history. I'm taking you all the way back to 2007. I'm taking you back to a little award show that we used to have to watch every single year called the Academy of Country Music Awards.
I have this on my list, too.
Something historic happened at the Academy of Country Music Awards. Does anybody know what it was? Ladies and gentlemen, should have said no live. You weren't there. You weren't there.
You didn't see that,
You weren't there. You didn't see it. She comes onto the stage wearing a hoodie, oversized hoodie, and a pair of jeans. We were shocked. We were in tears almost. She's got her black guitar. She's acoustic, playing the first verse. And the next thing you know, she gets up and they're ripping her clothes off her to reveal kind of a basic black dress. I mean, for all that.
It wasn't her best reveal.
It was actually kind of a flop, but she saved the whole performance by lip syncing in the rain with no happening in the rain behind her. This was when I tell you that 13-year-old me was gagged in a way she'd never been gagged before, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I saw this live on television and I thought I was going to die.
Who's ever seen something like that before?
I had never seen anything like that before. It was incredible. And she was young. Like, girls, she was like 17. And she was cooking.
Showgirl.
Yeah,
Where was she learning it from? Like, who is she getting it from? Because, like, her country divas were not doing stuff like this.
No, that's
actually
it
must have been from Britney. Question. It has to have been from Britney. It had to have
been from Britney. She's just the only person, like, when you think about, like, somebody dancing or, like, doing anything in the rain like that, or, like, that kind of dramatic performance from that time period, you're really only thinking about Britney Spears.
Baby One More Time on the Dream Within a Dream tour. That's what I would imagine. And I know Taylor grew up with that DVD and watched it every day, like I did.
And, the dress, I'm looking at it again and I'm just like taking it. I'm like, I know I never thought about it.
And she's done this change so many times and she's done it with much better dresses. So it's like, why?
She just kind of like really let the performance talk. She said, let's keep the dress simple so that everybody can focus on my lip singing and my
I was also going to get wet.
Rain.
Let's not forget the budget wasn't huge at this time. I'm sure they couldn't have the crystal Versace dress getting wet. It had to be the Walmart sundress.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm proud of her. And also, she couldn't get electrocuted. She had to lip sync. Did they have waterproof mics? Absolutely they did. But
not on her budget.
Not on her budget.
Her budget at that time.
Budget. And this is when she changed the key. You should have said no. You should have gone home. Listen.
Period. Singer.
Mariah. She was Mariah. This was Taylor Houston. This was, Taylor Carey.
Taylor Dion.
This was everything. Yeah. This was
everything. She was everything to me. Well, speaking of that, I thought we were going to have the same one, but actually it's kind of different. So my next Showgirl moment is called Believing She Could Sing When She Obviously Couldn't. And everyone knows that you need to have a little bit of delusion to be a truly iconic show-stopping showgirl. And Taylor Swift had plenty of that in spades, especially at the beginning of her career. The fact that she couldn't sing never once stopped her from singing. And I think that is beautiful.
No, it's true.
There are many instances of this. That performance of Picture to Burn. Madeline, you know what I'm talking about with the hat on.
Oh, hold on a second. That was Mariah Carey. Hold on. Picture to burn. No, that was Mariah Carey.
Again,
wrong.
It was delusion. It was delusional Carey for sure. There was power. It was from
There was
another
power.
source. It was from a different source
power.
that we're not used to. We haven't seen something like that. I'm used to something a little bit different. Our song performed live. I mean, not the greatest vocals, but she was in a giant flower stage and she had her gloves on and she had her guitar and she was doing her silly little boopity boop boop boop.
You know what that outfit actually really gives? The Our Song outfit with the gloves? Miss Piggy. Like that is no, seriously.
It's the
coming
curls.
From me, and I've had to explain this before, there's no
we
greater
love
compliment.
Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy
love
is everything.
Miss Piggy.
I'm actually going as Miss Piggy for Halloween this year. Now you want to talk Showgirl?
Finally,
you want to talk Showgirl?
Miss Piggy.
Let's talk Miss Piggy.
She is a
but
showgirl.
It is the gloves. Miss Piggy is nothing if she doesn't have her gloves on. So
thank you, Miss Piggy, for making an appearance. I also had singing Tim McGraw to Tim McGraw's face. Humiliating. Amazing. And of course, the moment where she became aware of the fact that she couldn't sing a mere 3 years into her career, Stevie Nicks live on stage. She manifested by being a good singer by just loudly being a bad singer whenever she could with no shame. And she finally had to look in the mirror when she did the Stevie Nicks thing. And what gets me about that is she would never have known it was a bad performance if other people didn't tell her, because she was like, woohoo, I'm gagging the house down boots when she was on stage. Bob Lesvets would like a word.
Stevie knew.
Oh, Stevie
she knew. She was like, uh-oh, we've gotten ourselves into quite the pickle. Why are we doing Rhiannon and Today Was a Fairy Tale?
Stevie was like, are we listening to the same in-ear monitors? Can you
and
hear
you know
yourself?
What? She never held it against her. Stevie is still a close, sort of like almost like older sister kind of a figure to Taylor, I feel like, is the way. And over the years, it's very much stayed that way. I mean, there's really no better like role model or like somebody to look up to or somebody to be like a mentor than Stevie Nicks. I mean, come on. So the fact that Stevie stuck around,
Showgirl,
even after Taylor sunk that performance at the Grammys, I'm saying that's a diva. Showgirl recognizes Showgirl.
Period. Well, that was my last one.
All the times that she could sing, even when she couldn't. Okay, so I've got another one. So I decided to talk about a little something more recent. I know I was taking you guys back in time. I was doing this, I was doing that. But I had to bring it back to something very near and dear to my heart. Something that was taken away from us too soon. I know you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a little something called the Evermore set on the Eras tour. They try to make us forget. And they try to tell us, no, it was always Folklore and Evermore. No, it wasn't.
We remember.
It wasn't. There was an Evermore.
The North remembers, or whatever the quote is.
Do you know what it was like to be Madeline and to have Tolerate It go into Ready for It? That, I'm surprised they made it out of that one alive. That was absolutely diabolical. Diabolical. And I clapped and I cheered. I shouldn't say only, but I got to see it 3 times live. And you know what? I'm the luckiest person on the face of the planet. I cannot believe that I got to see that. I'm like, she was
really
wrong.
Was. It was also better than the Folklore set. Can we have that conversation? Can we talk about that?
Let's open the case. Honestly, 'Tis a Damn Season was never one of my favorite Evermore songs. When the trees would come up and the 'Tis a Damn Season instrumental would start, you guys don't know what you were missing.
The live version of it, the way the band sounds, it's everything. And I remember like when I had my front row nights, I would plan when I would like stop and stare and not take pictures or take videos. 'Tis a Damn Season was a stop and stare moment. I was like, I need to be fully in this moment with her, listening to this happen. And everything about it, I mean, having Tolerate It taken away would turn me into the Joker.
Yeah, European fans, you should really be angrier. I'm telling you right now, you need to be rioting. I know
Long
you got Torture
Live and
Poets.
Tolerate It, 2 of the best parts of the show.
Yeah, so I said Evermore set in my list, and I did mean all of it. I loved Marjorie. I loved 'Tis a Damn Season. I even respect Champagne Problems for the moment that it was. The standing ovation.
That's where I say no.
The 50th time, you guys have to admit that got a little bit old. But I'm not allowed to say that. I understand. I loved the outfits of the Evermore set. That orange dress with the little shimmery details on it is my favorite Eras Tour outfit. But the moment of the Evermore set, was Tolerate It, because that was Showgirlism. Setting the table and like the dramatic piano acting. And like she had one of the dancers come up to be, the evil guy in the song and like crawling across the table, screaming at the top of her lungs. break free and leave us in ruins. Every time I have all my videos from when I saw it live, and you can hear me in the background. It was like I was being exorcised. It was literally the exorcism. It was so powerful. You guys have no idea. If you didn't get to see it, you really need to sue. Because this was in my opinion, one of the best moments of the entire show. And to have it removed, I would turn into
I'd give it all back. I'd give Torture Poets back for the original. If you gave me the option of Torture Poets set, or you gave me original Eras Tour set with Long Live, I pick with Long Live.
I'm saying it. Yeah, I think I would do the same thing. I mean, I feel like we could make a few tweaks to the Torture Poets set, and maybe I'd say something different, but we didn't need all Fortnite. I'm saying it.
No, we didn't.
Can we finally
didn't
talk
ask.
about this?
We only got 2 seconds of Down Bad. That's not Showgirl. That's not Showgirl at all.
That's not Showgirl. That wasn't the Showgirl that I know. I can do it with the Broken Heart notwithstanding. But in general, that was not the Showgirl that I know. Tolerate It on the Eras Tour is one of the all-time greatest Showgirl moments of Taylor Swift's entire career. I'm biased, but I said what I said.
I think you're right. I think you should say it.
I'm right, and I said it. I'm right, and I said it.
Well, I know you have a couple in your reservist pile, Madeline, so why don't you hit me with some of your other Showgirl mementos?
Honorable mentions. So, the 2012 Victoria's Secret fashion show. Now, honestly, both of her Victoria's Secret shows were pretty good, I chose 2012 because of the Barbie allegations.
Are we sure amazing. That wasn't 2013? I think it was 2013, but I know what you're talking about. Because the version of Trouble that she's doing is the Red Tour version of Trouble, and the Red Tour had not started in 2012. That's how I know.
Well, I mean, same difference at the end of the day.
This is the moment of the century. That performance, I was listening to it the other day. The vocals on Trouble are insane. When she does that higher harmony in the last chorus.
Yeah. I love, especially the outfit is ridiculous. I mean, everybody knows it, but that's part of the Showgirl. She comes out dressed like the Union Jack come to life with the train and the little tiny. I'm sorry. I think it's say what you want. She looks amazing, and she does My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark, which is like probably of all of the Fall Out Boy songs that you could feature on as Taylor Swift. What's the best one? My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark. I mean, this was a little bit too delicious. I was cheering like an MFer.
As a Fall Out Boy fan, was this an old song or was this a new song at the time? Like when it came out, was it a new song?
This was their comeback album. This was on their
But it was a
album.
single, but it was a single from that. So it was a new song. Period. Well, yes. I mean, I don't really get why, like they're not British. I guess it was in London. So Taylor was just like, I'm going to do London.
Yeah.
For that
I think it was the theme. Actually, forgive me. Like I think the theme was like London City or something like that. London Calling or something like that.
Well,
because she does look. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. And then, of course, there was her main sort of like what I think of when I think of this Victoria's Secret fashion show, the bejeweled outfit with the Barbie hair.
It's so good. It hits
was
right.
So
the hair is
so.
These bangs. I want this era of her bangs back.
It's actually really surprising, like thinking about this happening during the Red era, because she's kind of not giving Red at all. She's kind of giving full-blown 1980 frickin' 9 here, and we didn't. It was at
the very end. The short hair chop was to come a mere 2 months or 3 months later. Like it was nearing completion, but that performance is so good. The way that she's like stalking the Victoria's Secret models up and down the catwalk.
It was so
She's being
good.
so serious. She's dead serious during this performance.
This is serious,
very serious
stuff. This is serious stuff. This was Showgirlism. You know what? Not just anybody can get on the microphone and start singing My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark. And she said, bet. No. And I'm going to do it in my most ridiculous outfit, too. And she looks great. An
unlikely achievement for her. Yeah. I mean, everything was working against her. Ridiculous outfit. Vocals not in her desired range of achievement. And yet.
The
against
shoe,
all the odds, Showgirl.
Everything is perfect. I mean, I'm saying Showgirlism 101. So that was one of my honorable mentions. And then another one, this is another quick change moment. I'm sorry. It just has to be done. This one might be a little bit more niche, but I remember it like it was yesterday because I was showing all my friends in college because they all didn't like Taylor and this gagged them. They were changed by this performance. This was I Knew Your Trouble at the 2012 AMAs.
Absolutely.
She did the I Knew Your Trouble quick change a couple of times. This is the one where she comes out in a very simple, very Red era, actually, like white dress. And then it gets ripped off to reveal a corset that's like red with gold embellishments and a big black poofy kind of like tulle skirt. And she's whipping her hair all over the place. So by the end of the performance, she looks like a rock and roll goddess. This gagged to
Everyone
a
in the
degree.
world.
No, I couldn't speak. I remember one of my friends said that it was quote unquote gangster. And it was. I'm saying it.
Yes, say it again. One more time. It was gangster. Everything about this was punk rock. This literally was Sid Vicious. Like there was something crazy about this. And I think a lot of people will point to the Brits performance as the one that's like the definitive quick change. And it's the one that she took on tour, the costume specifically. But like there's something so much more dramatic about that gown that she wears in the AMAs. Like it's a lot more shocking to me, even though it's like less skin. It's a lot more like performance and hair.
Yeah, it's everything.
Thank you, Taylor.
I was moved by this. I was moved by this deeply.
I knew you were trouble as a showgirl moment, clearly. She's been mentioned like 4 times. I knew trouble mentioned.
And you know what? Every time she does it, it's always kind of a moment. The only time where I feel like it was kind of lackluster was on the Eras tour.
Yeah. She DGAF.
No, she didn't care. And why should she? She's done it amazing so many times. It's like, let's just kind of
1989 version.
In this time.
That's a showgirl moment. I knew her trouble on the 1989 tour with all the shirtless men.
Yes, absolutely. Now that was a moment. Now, just for the fun, I also have a couple of moments where she thought she was a showgirl.
She wasn't.
But she was not. So, starting at the top with Wango Tango during the Lover era, she thought that she was serving something, and the truth is, she wasn't serving anything. She was serving absolutely nothing but heartbreak.
She was getting negative aura.
The image that I'm looking upon with the jacket, the denim jacket, the tie-dye denim jacket with the fringe, the shorts with the corset and the yellow t-shirt. It's shocking.
We didn't ask.
It's shocking. And you know what? I have a theory about this outfit. If you change the shoes, obviously, and you change the yellow t-shirt into like a matching rainbow bralette or something like that, it becomes so much less bad. It's not perfect.
This was hard to accept even when it happened. I remember tuning in and going, this is almost none of my business, but being so shocked by the vocals that I had to simply watch the disaster unfold. And yeah, if there were moments where I was like, Taylor Swift is over, this was one of them. This was a really hard watch.
It was shocking. And then Brennan Urie came out as if we couldn't get any lower. And then they did their
I'm
like
already
dance
at my lowest and you hit me and you hurt me.
But in her face, even the picture I'm looking at, she thinks she's serving. I'm like, Taylor.
I don't know what. I really would love to pick her brain.
Girl.
I need to pick her brain about that.
Up next.
Meanwhile, Cruel Summer's in the basement, and we don't know why.
Right. Up next, this is all the way back in like 2006, 2007. Her performance of Permanent Marker in the blue dress and the blue cowboy boots.
X is the shape.
And she's doing that little dance.
Oh,
it's just like wiggling.
Her guitar dance is hysterical to me. No, that's an edge ball.
No, that's a child.
That's a laugh out loud moment. It is a child, but we have to laugh out loud when we watch it.
Have to. Oh my God, it's so funny. And she thought she was serving it so good. And that's what makes it even funnier.
And the other people did. I wonder what the adults in the room thought. I wonder were the adults kind of like,
I'm sure they were like, this is giving talent show.
Yeah, because it was. It was giving like everybody has to politely clap for Taylor, who's doing her original songs.
The Gwen Stefani mic on. I mean, come on.
No, thank you.
And then last but not least, the Me music video. I know she thought that this was gonna radicalize the nation. And it did anything but. It radicalized us against her, I'll tell you that for free.
The millions of dollars that were spent on this, Dave Meyers directing it, it's like you guys treated this as though it were a movie. And it was compared to a movie. Yeah, Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Secret Life of Pets. The scene with the briefcases and she's in the yellow. First of all, the yellow power suit is really, but everything, that whole scene that it's in with the briefcases.
It gives Oz. It literally gives like the Wicked Oz set. That's where she is.
It's a bad acid trip. It's like what, Alice is taking the pill and she's going down the rabbit hole. It's not good. You don't want to be down there with the
You're
caterpillar.
scared. You're not happy. You're sad and you're scared and you're lost and you're confused and nothing makes sense. People are talking to you and they're saying riddles.
But I do have to give her one bone for the Me music video. My favorite moment of the whole music video is the 60s television set where she's in the heart.
That's the only good thing.
Now that's
and then Brendan
Showgirl.
Urie's there to ruin it for you.
Yeah, and he's wearing the flot, like the big thing, and he looks like a damn fool because he is one.
He is a fool. No, he is a damn fool. And Taylor was a damn fool for even coming up with this idea.
Clown.
It's on her. I don't even blame him. It's all her.
See,
he's a clown for hire. You pay him,
he'll
arrive.
Comes back to bite. Exactly. So, you know what? And I feel like in the life of a showgirl, we have hits and we have misses. Let's call a spade a spade. There's not a girl in the world.
It's not all positive. That's what you'll learn from today's episode. Sometimes you chip your tooth. Sometimes you flop astronomically. Sometimes you sing bad. But sometimes you boots the house down.
You have to have both. You know what? The lows are what makes the highs higher.
What I will say is that you have to do more bootsing than you do flopping, because if you're going to make the argument that flopping is a part of showgirling, then we accept Katy Perry into the fold. And she's clown.
I mean,
there's a difference between showgirl and a clown. She's clown. Come on now.
Comment.
She's
I have
clown.
no comment about that whatsoever. I have no comment about that whatsoever. But you know what? Somebody did say something to me that made me laugh. They were joking around with me and they were like, I can't believe you did a whole episode on showgirls and you didn't mention Pink. And I was like, the thing is, Pink is in the truest definition a showgirl, but I don't have to acknowledge that or talk about it.
She's not your showgirl.
She flips around in the air. How are you going to say anything but showgirlism? Okay. Yes, I accept it. It's true, but I don't have to talk about it. I don't.
It's not part of your reality.
No, it's not. And I'm happier.
Well, thank you for tuning in to hearing us talk about moments when Taylor was a showgirl. I think you'll find that there are many more to come. Many more to come. Goodbye.